Okay, Mom and I are going out to the store. We're going to Home Depot to make a video for Terry, right, honey?
Okay. Yes, we are. I didn't know that's what we were going to do.
And I have a question for you.
What?
Is your phone shatter resistant?
Pretty much.
Good.
Why?
Well, if you're going to make a habit out of sitting on it.
We went back home because I couldn't find my phone. Turns out I was sitting on it. I just knew I brought it in the car.
Hey, it's 14 degrees. Heat wave.
Wow.
Bye. So we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts to get coffee, right?
Yeah.
Did you have just coupons?
Yeah.
And then we've been sitting here for 15 minutes trying to figure out what coupon to use. Right?
I know. So we're going to use this one. Okay, so you're going to get your free. If you want to get a donut, go for it. And I will get a low-fat.
It says donut on there?
No, nothing. You have to pay for the donut.
I thought we were getting a
donut comes with a large coffee, and you said you don't want a large coffee. So that's a free coffee.
I'll get the donut with the large coffee. I just want drink alcohol.
Well, it's 2 donuts.
Then you want a donut?
No, I'll have a muffin, but I don't want a donut.
Okay, you see how complicated life is?
I know, this has gotten very complicated. Are we videotaping this? I don't really want to eat donuts. I might.
Oh, now that you're on recording, you don't want to eat donuts.
No, I said that already.
I just.
I might do a low-fat blueberry muffin because I do like those, but I don't really want a donut.
Okay, now you guys see what I have to deal with all the time.
So, I should have just trashed this when I got it because it's all not good for you. There's a couple.
Why don't we go in because this is getting too complicated.
Why would we be in? What would?
Okay, I'm gonna go to the drive-up then.
Okay.
Okay. Kiss car wash. Whoa. Oh, I love getting the car clean. You have to get a video of when we went to the Christmas show in the Kiss Car Wash. I took a video of that, didn't I? You're not gonna talk? You're playing a game? Mom's playing a game. But she won't talk. She doesn't love us anymore. This is what I always call BX. Steel armored cable or flexible steel conduit is some of the other names. Here's a electrical box, and they're probably plastic by you, but they have these knockouts. You see the circle, just pound those out, and then you have a connector that goes at the end of the Romex wire that clamps onto the wire, and then it attaches to this. Now I'll see if I can't find one of those. By the way, this kind of box is the kind of box this was attached to a 2x4 or a stud, something like that. And this is actually more for Romex, I believe. You see the kind of clamps they have right there on the inside where you knock the little knockouts. But if you have one of these, this is more for a fixture, this kind of shape. And you see the big boxes like this is more of a junction box where wires go in. That also could be used for outlets. This is the basic, typically used for outlet or a single switch or a double switch. Or a double switch actually is more like one of these bigger boxes like that. These kind of boxes are made for attaching to, when you have rough construction, you attach it to a stud. More for Romex because of the kind of knockout there. And it's got a clamp, so it'll clamp the wire in there. These are clamp connectors. When you have a box and you knock out the holes in the side, like when you have knockouts on the side like this, if you don't have a setup where it's set up for wire, which I suspect in Florida you have that, for Romex. If you're using a box with a hole like that, and I suspect your boxes are all plastic, I think I said that, you use something like this, where it screws in to the side, this little collar here that unscrews, and then this part here just clamps down on that Romex wire. Okay, just for the sake of your hanging lights, this is for hanging a light fixture. This is not for a recessed light. Your recessed light, actually the fixture itself will be above the ceiling, above the level of the drywall. But for your hanging light, you basically have a box in the ceiling. It'll be like this, attached to either a stud or it'll be in the middle, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. I'll go get another kind of a box. And it's like this, where the bottom edge of this box is at the bottom edge of the drywall. You're going to take a box like this. Once you've located the spot where you want to cut the hole, you can get a drywall hole saw, which is it's a very nice little thing if you're going to be doing home repair projects in the future. You might want to get a drywall saw. They're not very big and they're not expensive, but you'll drill a hole in the drywall, then you'll cut out the shape. And what you ought to do is just take the box, put it up against the ceiling, and take a pencil and run around the outside of it, and that'll be the exact size of your box. And once you've located the exact spot where your box is going to go, then you're going to hang the box in the ceiling so that the bottom edge of the box is equal with the ceiling. And then you're going to punch a hole in the box. And depending on what kind of box you have, you can check with your Home Depot what you've got. Run the wire into it. The wire will be coming out of the box and then dangling down from the box like this. And you're going to attach the wire to whatever your light fixture is, and you're going to stuff it back up in there. And of course, your light fixture will have the hardware for that. If you're doing a hanging light, this is for a hanging light, by the way. This is not for the recessed light. Okay, I can't find what I was looking for, but here's an example, kind of a cheap example of what I was looking for. This is a telescoping, these are telescoping rods that get attached to, let's say it's your ceiling joist. And this picture here is kind of showing a wall, but you can do this with a ceiling joist as well, where it's attached to, you would bend these end pieces up, nail them or screw them to the joists. These will be attached together. You would actually break this apart, and there'd be one from each side like the picture shows, and you attach the box through the holes there with a screw or a nail. So there's actually a better setup than this. This is all I can find here for some reason. Actually, Terry, that is really more for an outlet or something in a wall, because that's not sufficient to hold the weight of a ceiling fixture. You don't want that to be just kind of hanging on the in the drywall without any kind of support. You want it to be connected to the ceiling joists. So that's really what I just showed you is more for a wall. I suspect you've already been to Home Depot and looked. You can see how some of the if you look at the recessed ceiling fixtures, you can see how they have the hardware for attaching to the ceiling joists in your ceiling. You can see that there. It's pretty simple. Once you look at it, you'll understand it. You attach it to the ceiling, and the fixture there will be supported by the ceiling joists, not hanging on the drywall. Now here's an open example. These just telescope. The arms here just telescope to different lengths. You can see how they move. So you can put it anywhere between the ceiling joists, or if you have close ceiling joists or far ceiling joists, it adjusts, and then it hangs up in your ceiling and is attached that way. So the weight of the recessed ceiling fixture is supported by the ceiling joists. This is not for, obviously that is above the level of the ceiling, unlike the boxes for the hanging fixtures. That's just going to be a box. Okay, I can't find anything else. So what you could also do, if you can't find anything like that for support, you can just run a 2x4. Just cut a 2x4 to fit between the joists in exactly the spot where you want to put the box. Attach the box to that, and then you're good to go. And then in your case, you're just going to run the line all the way down to the last fixture. So from the light that's over the sink to the next light, to the next, or to the next box, to the next box. I don't know if you have how many lights. I think 2 you said, and then it's just a matter of you can just kind of dead end it into the last light.